Hey Pilates teachers, it's Linda Lippin from Linda Lippin Pilates, the Pilates Teacher Mastermind VIP program, and the Pilates Profit Lab. I wanted to talk to you today about Pilates programming, right? And we basically we all do some programming for all of our clients in our classes. People come in with certain issues or certain goals, and we help them achieve those goals. And typically we have some kind of planning or programming that goes around that. But I also find that a lot of times we don't talk enough about the positive results that folks will get from doing Pilates. And the fact of the matter is that customers tend to be pretty result oriented and result driven. So most folks who come to Pilates don't just do it just because. They do it because they actually believe that the Pilates method will help them solve a certain problem or get to a certain goal. And they come to you specifically because they believe that you are the teacher who can help them most easily solve that problem or get to that goal quicker and easier than they can on their own. Because if they could do it on their own, they wouldn't need to pay you or spend the time to come work with you. But we still have to be careful that we're not promising results that we can't get. And those results would be, like I spoke about in my last video, medical results, okay? You're not going to tell people that you're going to heal their backs and that you're going to make their herniated disc better and that, you're going to do all these wonderful things for them, because that is not a promise that we can make. But there are some promises we can make and actually keep. So the example that I want to give you today is of one of my clients who I used to see in the studio at least once or twice a week, who is an attorney and who came to me originally with a diastasis recti. So one day I got, an acuity notification that somebody had booked a free 20-minute consultation off my website. And lots of people do that and actually don't show up for the call, which I always find kind of interesting. But this person did. And I called her up and she said that she had been online searching out training to help a diastasis recti. And her diastasis was relatively old, and her kids were like 4 and older. But she was having back pain, she wasn't still happy with the pooch, and she was having problems with her pelvic floor muscles and leaking a little bit of urine. And so, we chatted a bit about her and a bit about me and a bit about my background. And then she finally came out and said, so I really have to ask you this question. Will doing Pilates with you help cure my diastasis recti? And I was like, no, absolutely not. And I explained a little bit more about how, what we could do is help get the muscles pulling back together and working well with the muscles around them, that we can probably in doing that and in working on her strength and mobility, help alleviate some of the lower back pain that she was having. And that with some focus on unloading her pelvic floor and doing some, doing just the breathing in Pilates with a little bit of pulling in and up through the pelvis and through the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals, that might help the leaking urine. I said, that's what I can promise you. And the fact is that doing all the exercises of pulling in and up on the abdominals and strengthening the spine and strengthening the postural muscles are also going to help that pouch pull in a little bit. I'm like, you're never going to get rid of it. I mean, at the end of the day, it takes surgery to cure a diastasis recti by literally sewing it together. And, it takes more plastic surgery to deal fully with the belly pouch from that. But I was like, there's a lot we can accomplish. And since I knew she was already working out and already in the neighborhood, I knew that she was relatively strong and it would probably just take a little bit of targeted work. And indeed, within her first 10 sessions, she was looking and feeling better. But when she came in to see me, she told me that one of the reasons why she had booked a session was because I didn't promise her that I could cure her diastasis recti doing Pilates. That was the lawyer in her. She had called other teachers who indeed had answered yes to that question. Of course we can cure your diastasis recti during Pilates. And she was like, no, that doesn't sound right to me. So when I finally, was honest and said, no, we're not curing it, but we can, help you be functionally stronger, pull it in a little bit and see if we can alleviate the back pain and the leaking, she was like, great. Great. If I could have that, that would be wonderful. So we can talk about results without making promises that we can't keep. And that's what I want you guys to remember is keep talking about the actual results that we get and not just keep making promises to folks that are unattainable. Again, this also goes back to the encouraging our clients discussion that we had earlier in this week, which is making our clients feel really good when they leave us and about the time that they spend with us and working on themselves. So I hope that story helps you.